Hi everyone, welcome back. It's TradeTechFXUS. It's day 2. I'm joined now by several executives from Ingenium Inc. Benjamin Feist, who is CEO and founder, and Stephen Dispenza, who is COO of the company. Gentlemen, welcome. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So, Ingenium has brought a brand new full stack solution for FX and crypto CFD trading to this conference. Can you tell us a little bit about your backgrounds, how the company came about, and kind of what your goals are?
Would love to. So actually, it was never our intention to build something for a third party. So since my background, especially our background in general with most of within our team, we built trading companies previously. And when we faced issues in the market, we tried to find solutions to help us out with the pain points we detected. For example, how to deal with leakage. Not from a maker perspective, but we as takers, we want to become better takers. How could we prevent leakage from happening? How could we treat full amount streams like they're supposed to treat? Or how could we monetize the incoming flow better? How could we monetize our strategies better? So we were looking around and we were not really satisfied with the products out there. So we started to build pieces all together by ourselves. And eventually we came up with a product and end-to-end solution. And there was no need for any third party no more for us.
And Benjamin, could you give a little bit more information about your background kind of in the industry and kind of how Ingenium came about?
So my background is, as I just outlined, I built a trading company. And back then we were focusing on trend prediction solely. So we would, you know the stuff, right? So triangulation, arbitrage strategies, stuff like that.
Not really, but okay.
Okay, yeah. I think 10 years ago we started to implement some machine learning algorithms to determine whether the price will be within the next seconds and stuff like that. So it was never our intention to focus on the whole life cycle, but solely on specific pieces of the life cycle. Yeah.
Okay. And Steve, your background and kind of how you joined the firm?
Sure, certainly. I've been in the industry longer than I care to admit. My career started on the technology side for a broker, and then through time I ended up in operations and then running capital markets for a foreign exchange brokerage firm. So I have a lot of experience on the broker side. Over time I moved to the vendor side. I joined a company that is an ECN, and they provide electronic trading to their clients who are, major banks and brokers in the industry. And then following that, Benjamin found me, and I'm grateful for that. This is a great product, and it's a product that is certainly needed in this space, and more now than ever. And I'm happy to be a part of it and look forward to our future.
Great. Thanks. So guys, the Ingenium website states that it provides the world's smartest liquidity manager assistant for optimizing FX and cryptocurrency CFD business, right? I would say personally that's a pretty bold claim. Can you explain how that works?
And you're absolutely right. It's a very bold claim, but I think we can back it up. So what we try to do is, or what we try to achieve is, we want to answer questions a liquidity manager might have within his daily routine, right? So rather than just providing charts, by the way, we provide all the charts, and all the analytics. We also want to provide an answer to a specific question a liquidity manager might have. And now, let's assume you can bundle up all those questions, and you might have an answer. The system would provide you an answer to certain edge cases. It helps you to treat your liquidity provider the way they expect you to treat them. It helps you to monetize incoming flow much, much better than most of our peers do. I know it's bold, but we have the means to back this up.
Well, I think as time goes on, you guys are in the space. I'm sure there's going to be more things to tell from on a practical level in the future. So we'll definitely be looking forward to that. Steve, do you have anything to add?
Just it is a bold statement, but I think the product has merit, and I know from my experience in the broker space and in an ECN that managing the expectations of makers in the space and takers in the space is critically important.
Well, yeah, you guys both have great experience, in different areas of the industry. So I'm sure you're bringing the right stuff to the table, so to say. Can we talk a little bit about ingenium Smart Routing Assistant and how it helps clients better monetize their flow?
So you would like to configure a stream. You're in front of a huge spreadsheet, and you can navigate through so many pieces, how you would like to configure the stream and how you would like to treat your clients and stuff like that. What we do is, again, we allow the client to be very flexible and to configure the stream as he wishes to. But few elements are also visible for LPs. LPs can override few settings. The client would get a notification, of course, that his settings got overwritten. He cannot overrule those settings, by the way. And this makes sure that we have transparency and a trustful environment. Leakage is therefore not possible. Violation of full amount is not possible. But at the same time, we allow the client to use something we call this Smart Routing Assistant, where the client gets a good idea how to weed out good flow from bad flow. So if we take a closer look on how it's done today, normally you would do it by markouts, right? If this would work, we all would be millionaires. Be real, right? But that's not the case. Yeah. So markouts might give you a good indication, but most likely they are not the best instrument to weed out good flow from bad flow. So therefore, we provided a slightly different approach. Yes, we have markouts. Yes, we use them, but it's just the first step. From there on, we split flow further through some calculation methods inbuilt in the system. Easy to use. It's just accessible through the GUI. And we can do this weed out process a little bit smarter, a little bit more efficient. We can back the statement up with data, of course. And this would allow the client to monetize his flow better. And the Smart Routing Assistant would, at inception of a trade, I'm not talking about historical data, right? I'm talking about live, real data, would allow to tell the client whether he should internalize the flow, if so, how, whether he would like to back-to-back the flow with certain LPs, whether he would like to back-to-back the flow differently, use it to get rid of his own risk, and so forth. There are several ways to go on this decision tree.
Steve, anything to add?
No, that pretty much sums it up. And piece comes in and mine doesn't. But I know where it's needed. He knows how to make it happen.
Great, awesome. So I also noticed that ingenium solution, it does not require any IT or development work. There doesn't seem to be any kind of integration process taking place. I want to find out more how that, how that is. I'm used to seeing solutions that require, some sort of API connection and things like that. Is this purely clients connecting into your ecosystem, and that single connection is all they need to basically run all the features?
See, that's actually key. Yeah, exactly. So we provide a dedicated system, state-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art hardware and infrastructure and architecture, of course, in currently 4 data center, LD4, NY4, SG1, and TY3. Therefore, there is no requirement in any IT ecosystem required. Although, if client demands us to connect to his backend, for example, something like that, we are more than happy to do so. Client has no need to do it by himself. He could, but there is no requirement to do so. In a nutshell, our client receives an email with his user credentials, and he can... He's off and running, exactly, yeah. He just points a finger to the venues he would like to see, to the APIs he would like to have connected. We will do the entire work for him, and he's good to go.
That's pretty awesome. Any insights on that?
That sums it up, and it's a great solution, and it takes some of the complexities out of integration because there is very limited integration required.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it because again, a lot of other solution providers that have something similar. I know that it's sometimes quite labor intensive, or if a customer needs something that's custom. It takes time, it takes effort, and things like that. And I find that this is a cool solution in the sense that, like you said, you get your login credentials, you go in there, and then again, if you need something very, very specific, it could be set up. But again, you don't need to involve your IT, your development, things like that, which I think is pretty cool.
Thank you so much.
Listen, it's great to meet you guys. We wish you the best of luck. I know, this, you guys are up and coming, let's say. So it was a great pleasure to meet you, find out more about your solution, and we wish you the best of luck at this conference and going forward. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with us. And TradeTech has been a great conference for our group.
Yeah, absolutely, for us as well. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.